My friends, this is Dr. B, the best doctor in medicine and the most caring doctor in medicine. Please do not forget that after 30 plus years of high-level clinical experience in medicine, Dr. B really genuinely loves you and genuinely cares about you. Today, Dr. B wants to talk to all of you, men and women, who are trying to prevent osteoporosis and or sarcopenia of aging. Sarcopenia means muscle loss of aging. As we all get older, we are more exposed to osteoporosis and sarcopenia, muscle wasting, muscle loss of aging. You can see it as soon as people turn 50, like Dr. B, right? Our bones become weaker and we lose muscle mass. And it becomes a constant daily fight to prevent or at least decrease the speed at which we develop osteoporosis, right? And muscle loss of aging, sarcopenia. Osteoporosis and or sarcopenia of aging. It is very important to understand that it is not enough to take your vitamin D, your calcium, your supplements, your proteins, your minerals, and blah, blah, blah. Healthy, beautiful diet. It is just not enough to do that and to just simply walk half an hour to 1 hour per day. It is just not enough. I mean, it is better than nothing, right? It's better than staying home and watching TV and eating junk food, but it is not enough to prevent or at least to decrease the speed at which you lose your bone mass and your muscle mass as soon as you turn 50, like Dr. B. It happens actually even earlier, right? Studies show that as soon as we turn 30, 40, depending on people and depending on the gender, women faster than men, we start losing muscle mass and bone mass. But usually there's this big turnaround, like things become even worse once men reach andropause. Our testosterone decreases usually around the age of 40, 45, 50, somewhere like that. Everybody is different. And women reach menopause usually around the age of 45, 50, 55. Everybody's different. Every woman's different. Every man's different. But around the age of 45, 50, 55, men go through andropause. Testosterone decreases. We lose bone mass. We lose muscle mass. And women start also to lose bone mass and muscle mass. It is important to take your vitamins, to take your calcium, to take your protein, healthy diet with protein between 0.8 and 1 gram, at least 0.8 to 1 gram per kilogram per day, right? And of course, healthy food and blah, blah, blah. And if you are exercising, then you need to go above 1 gram per kilogram of protein per day. Me, I am at about 1.4 grams of protein per kilogram per day because I push a lot of weight. Every day I do my cardio and I push weight and lift weight 2 hours, no exception, 365 days a year. Right? So it's important to do all that: calcium, vitamins, protein, healthy food, healthy sleep, and blah, blah, blah. But it's not enough to just walk. Even if it's for 1 hour every day, it's again better, but it's not enough. Remember that bone is a living tissue. Bone is not concrete. It's not dead tissue, right? Bone is not like cement. Bone is not like a brick. Bone is not like a stick. Bone is a living tissue. Muscle is a living tissue. And one of the major characteristics of bone tissue and muscle tissue is that they react to physical stress, physical strain. If you put a bone or a muscle under constant daily physical stress, the muscle will develop more muscle fibers from the protein that you ate and become bigger and stronger, right? And you will eliminate or decrease the rate at which you lose muscle as you age. Same thing for bone. If you put a bone which is made of living tissue, right, under stress of pushing and lifting weights, right, the bone will develop more matrix, and that matrix will mineralize itself by the calcium and phosphate that you eat, right? So it is important to understand that if you put a bone under hard stress daily by pushing weight and lifting weight, and you do the same for your muscles, right? Every muscle, every bone, every joint, right, has to be put under physical stress in order to get the benefit of preventing or decreasing the speed at which, as you age, you lose muscle mass and or bone mass, right? So if you just walk, your bones are going to get better than if you don't walk every day, but you're not going to do anything to your upper extremity. What about your wrist? What about your elbow? What about your shoulder? What about your spine, right? You need to do crunches. You need to do push-ups. You need to do pull-ups. You need to do barbells. You need to do crunches with dumbbells, kettlebells. You need to go to the gym, sit down behind those machines and push the weight, lift the weight with your legs, strengthen your butt. You need to do ab crunches. You need to do back exercises to lift your back like that. Daily back extension to strengthen the ligaments, the tendons, the bones of your back. You need to do squats with weight or with that machine. Don't take too heavy because you're going to destroy your disc and you're going to have a hernia, right? Don't take heavy when you do pull-ups and push-ups, but take heavy enough so that after 10 to 20 repetition, you feel the pain, right? If you can do a biceps crunches like this and you can do 50, then it's not good. Means you're not lifting heavy enough with that biceps, right? Your muscle needs to feel the pain, right? Whichever muscle or joint you are practicing on, right? So you need to do somewhere between 10 to 20 repetition, and the last 2 repetition, the last 3 or 4 or 5 must be really painful. Then you stop it, you rest, right? You do the other side, and then you do 5, 6, 7 sets all together. You alternate the muscles during the entire week. One day you do your upper body, the other day you do your lower body, and then you do your crunches. I personally do back extensions, and I do also crunches every day, right? But my biceps, triceps, quad, blah, 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 I do them alternating. One day I do this one, the other day I do that one, so the muscle can rest. But I mean, you know all that. Ask your gym trainer, he will guide you. But you have to do more than just walking or biking. Biking is really good for your heart, for your brain, for your cardiovascular system, for your legs, lower extremity. But biking doesn't do any katso to prevent osteoporosis in your wrist, in your shoulder, in your elbow, in your spine. It doesn't do nothing, right? Look at all these bikers who are professional bikers or people who bike constantly. The guy is skinny. His upper body doesn't have any freaking muscle, right? You need to push, you need to pull, you need to do weights, weightlifting, weight pushing to put the bone of every joint you can imagine, right? From top body to lower and ankles, blah, blah, blah. Those bones, those tendons, those ligaments, those joints, those muscles have to be put under stress, physical stress, by pushing weights and or lifting weights. Go to the gym at your condominium or buy weights. I have a ton of weights and kettle weights and bars and blah, blah, blah at my apartment. If one day I don't want to go to our condominium gym or the gym 24-hour fitness over there in Mountain View, California, I just do it at home while I can watch the news, do my work and blah, 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 while the few minutes that I rest between each set. So remember, mandatory calcium, vitamins, supplements, protein, enough protein, right? Don't forget, if you exercise a lot, you need to be above 1 gram of protein per day. A normal average person between 0.8 and 1 gram of protein per kilogram per day. Me, because I exercise a lot every day, I am at about 1.4 grams per kilogram of body weight per day, right? So you do that, you healthy food, healthy sleep, low stress, good sex, good masturbation, everything together, right? And then you go to the gym, blah, 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 you zip your mouth, you eat a little bit, and you eat healthy, vitamin, blah, I mean, you get the point. And then believe me, you're gonna really slow down a huge amount the bone loss, osteoporosis, the rate at which you are developing bone loss, osteoporosis, and the rate at which you are developing sarcopenia, muscle loss of aging. I love you guys regardless of your gender, ethnicity, politics, Democrat, Independent, Republican, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, atheist. I don't give a cat, so whether you're a man, a woman, anything in between, Latino, Black, Asian, I love you all. I love you the same way I love medicine. I took the Hippocratic oath to never ever put myself above you. You will always be above me. Put your comments, your question, any catso you want to ask down there. I promise I care about you. I will really, really, really get back to you as soon as I have the time in my beautiful but lovely life. Kopkunna krab, sawadee krab. Help me grow this channel. Thank you for your viewership. I want to reach more people, help more people. I love you guys. Talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.